Pennies are the smallest money in your wallet, but some Lincoln cents are telling a bigger story. Certain years, rare varieties, and hidden mint mistakes have turned simple 1-cent coins into collector targets. Most people never think twice before spending a penny, but one small detail could make all the difference. In the late 1970s, America was moving through a period of transition. Inflation, energy concerns, and shifting economic confidence shaped everyday life, and coins moved constantly through the hands of millions of people who never stopped to examine them closely. Among those coins was the 1978 U.S. Lincoln 1-cent penny, minted in Denver and released quietly into circulation. At the time, it was nothing more than a tool for small purchases. Decades later, however, rare error versions of this same penny have stunned the numismatic world, achieving documented values ranging from $64,500 to as high as $148,670. The 1978 Lincoln cent carries a design that was already deeply familiar to Americans. The obverse shows the portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a symbol of unity and perseverance that had appeared on the cent since 1909. The reverse still featured the Lincoln Memorial, a design used from 1959 through 2008. To the untrained eye, a 1978 penny looks no different from countless others. Its importance lies not in its design, but in the rare mistakes that occurred during its production. By 1978, the U.S. Mint was producing pennies at an enormous scale. Billions of 1-cent coins were needed each year, and the Denver Mint operated at high speed to meet demand. At this time, Lincoln cents were made of a copper-based alloy consisting of 95% copper and 5% zinc, with an official standard weight of approximately 3.11 grams. This precise weight is critical for collectors, because even a small deviation can signal an unusual error such as an incorrect planchet, metal defect, or transitional anomaly. For many experts, weighing a coin is the first step in determining whether it may be something special. The minting process itself explains how errors slipped through. Sheets of metal were rolled to the correct thickness, punched into round blanks called planchets, and then fed into presses where dies struck the designs under immense pressure. When everything worked perfectly, the result was a normal penny. But when dies were misaligned, worn, or damaged, or when planchets were improperly prepared, errors occurred. Given the speed and volume of production, some of these flawed coins escaped quality control and entered circulation. One of the most valuable error types associated with the 1978 Lincoln cent is the double die error. This occurs during the creation of the die itself, when it receives multiple impressions that are slightly misaligned. As a result, coins struck by that die show clear doubling on design elements. On genuine double die examples, collectors may see strong doubling on the date 1978, the word liberty, or the motto "In God We Trust." Unlike machine doubling, which looks flat and shelf-like, true double dies show distinct separation and rounded edges. High-grade double die 1978 cents are extremely scarce and can approach the upper end of the $148,670 value range. Off-center strikes are another dramatic error found among some 1978 pennies. These occur when the planchet is not properly positioned in the press, causing part of the design to be missing. The most desirable off-center examples are those that show a significant portion of the blank area while still retaining a visible date and mint mark. Coins struck 30% to 50% off-center with minimal wear are highly prized and can sell for substantial sums when professionally certified. Clipped planchet errors also appear among 1978 Lincoln cents. These happen when the metal strip used to punch blanks overlaps or feeds incorrectly, resulting in a portion of the coin being missing. The clip may be curved or straight, depending on how the error occurred. Authentic clipped planchets show characteristic metal flow toward the missing area, a detail experts use to confirm legitimacy. Well-preserved clipped planchet errors from 1978 are scarce and valuable, especially when combined with other minor anomalies. Die cracks, die breaks, and cuts add another layer of interest. As dies were used repeatedly, stress fractures sometimes formed. When cracked dies continued to strike coins, raised lines appeared on the surface of the penny. In more extreme cases, pieces of the die broke away completely, creating raised blobs of metal known as cuds. Large, clearly visible cuds on 1978 D cents are rare and command strong premiums due to their unmistakable appearance. Weight anomalies play a crucial role in identifying some of the rarest 1978 D errors. Although the standard weight is 3.11 grams, coins struck on defective or incorrect planchets may weigh noticeably more or less. Some cents show improper alloy mixtures, lamination defects, or incomplete metal bonding, all of which can affect weight. A precise digital scale is an essential tool for collectors, as weight differences often provide the first clue that a coin deserves closer inspection. Condition remains one of the most important factors in determining value. A heavily circulated error coin may still be collectible, but it will not command the same price as an uncirculated example. Coins that retain original mint luster, sharp design details, and minimal contact marks are the ones that reach the highest valuations. In the case of the 1978 D Lincoln cent, top-condition error coins have achieved prices near $148,670 when paired with strong eye appeal. Professional grading and authentication are essential in today's market. Certified coins provide assurance that the error is genuine and accurately described. Many of the highest-priced 1978 D Lincoln cent errors sold at auction were encapsulated by major grading services, with labels detailing the specific error type and condition. This documentation increases buyer confidence and drives competitive bidding. Verified sales history supports these impressive values. Over the years, rare 1978 D Lincoln cent error coins have appeared in major auctions and private sales. Some examples discovered in the 1990s or early 2000s sold for relatively modest sums at the time, only to resurface later and achieve six-figure prices as collector interest in modern error coins grew. These documented sales reinforce that the value range of $64,500 to $148,670 is based on real market demand, not speculation. Collectors are willing to pay such amounts because these coins represent true accidents of history. The Denver Mint never intended to create rare error pennies, and only a tiny number survived, especially in high condition. Each confirmed example is effectively unique, making competition among collectors intense. What makes the 1978 D Lincoln cent error coin especially exciting is the possibility of discovery. Many valuable examples were found decades after minting, hidden in old rolls, inherited collections, or everyday change. These discoveries remind people that valuable coins are not limited to ancient history. They can exist within living memory. In the end, the 1978 D US Lincoln 1 cent penny error coin proves that extraordinary value can emerge from ordinary circumstances. With prices ranging from $64,500 to $148,670. These pennies show how careful observation, accurate weighing, and research into confirmed sales can uncover hidden stories and remarkable worth. Sometimes, the smallest coins carry the biggest surprises. By the mid-1980s, the American 1-cent coin felt like a constant companion of daily life. Pennies filled ashtrays, jars, and car cup holders, rarely earning a second glance. In 1986, billions of Lincoln cents flowed out of the mints, quietly doing their job as the smallest unit of U.S. currency. Yet hidden within that massive production were a small number of flawed coins, minting errors that transformed ordinary copper-colored cents into extraordinary collectibles. Today, verified 1986 U.S. Lincoln 1-cent error coins are known to command values ranging from $51,300 to an astonishing $137,555, depending on the type and condition of the error. The 1986 Lincoln cent belongs to a fascinating transitional era in U.S. coinage. Just 4 years earlier, the U.S. Mint had shifted the cent's composition from solid copper to a copper-plated zinc core. While the change officially occurred in 1982, the following years still experienced technical challenges related to planchets, plating, and striking pressure. These lingering issues set the stage for some of the most intriguing error coins of the decade. The obverse of the coin features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a design first introduced in 1909. By 1986, this portrait was deeply ingrained in American culture. The reverse carried the Lincoln Memorial design, which remained in use from 1959 until 2008. Its detailed columns and steps provided plenty of opportunities for minting flaws to appear clearly when something went wrong. At a glance, a standard 1986 penny appears unremarkable. It should weigh approximately 2.50 grams and consist of a thin copper coating over a zinc core. This exact weight and structure are crucial reference points. When an error occurs, such as missing plating, incorrect planchet material, or an incomplete strike, the coin often deviates from these standards in measurable and visible ways. One of the most valuable and dramatic error types found on 1986 Lincoln cents is the off-metal strike. In rare cases, a cent was struck on a planchet intended for a different denomination or composed of the wrong metal. These coins immediately stand out due to abnormal weight, color, and sound when dropped. An off-metal 1986 cent, once authenticated, can reach values near the top of the $137,555 range because of its extreme rarity and undeniable visual impact. Another highly sought-after category is the unplated zinc cent. During normal production, zinc planchets are electroplated with copper before striking. Occasionally, a planchet bypassed this step entirely. When struck, the resulting coin appears dull gray or silvery instead of copper red. These unplated cents are fragile and prone to corrosion, which makes high-grade survivors exceptionally rare. Well-preserved examples of unplated 1986 cents have generated intense collector interest and strong auction results. Off-center strikes are also among the most visually compelling errors from this year. These occur when the planchet is not properly seated between the dies at the moment of impact. The resulting coin shows part of the design missing, replaced by a blank crescent of metal. Collectors particularly prize off-center strikes that still display the full date and mint mark, as they clearly identify the coin while showcasing the error. A bold off-center 1986 cent in mint state condition can be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Closely related are broad strikes, where the coin is struck without the retaining collar that normally shapes its edge. Without this collar, the metal spreads outward, producing a coin that is wider and thinner than normal. On 1986 Lincoln cents, broad strikes often display slightly distorted lettering and a softer overall appearance. While not as rare as off-metal errors, high-grade broad strikes still command significant premiums. Another fascinating class of errors comes from the dies themselves. Double die errors originate during die creation, not during striking. If the hub impresses the die more than once at slightly different angles, the die will carry duplicated design elements. On 1986 cents, doubling has been observed on inscriptions such as Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date. Genuine double dies show clear separation between design elements rather than flat or smeared distortion, making them highly desirable to knowledgeable collectors. As dies aged and endured the stress of striking millions of coins, die cracks and die breaks developed. Small cracks appear as thin raised lines on the finished coin, while major die breaks can create large raised blobs or distortions. Some advanced die breaks on 1986 cents dramatically alter Lincoln's portrait or disrupt the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. These errors serve as physical evidence of metal fatigue within the minting process and are prized for their bold, sometimes chaotic appearance. Clipped planchet errors add another layer of intrigue. These occur earlier in production, when metal strips overlap or misfeed during blanking. The resulting planchet is missing a curved or straight section before it is ever struck. When struck, the coin shows a clean, smooth clip rather than jagged damage. Authentic clips display metal flow toward the missing area, confirming that the error occurred at the mint and not after circulation. Condition plays a decisive role in determining value. Many error coins entered circulation and accumulated wear, scratches, and corrosion. Zinc-based cents are especially vulnerable once their copper plating is compromised. Error coins that were discovered early, perhaps saved from original rolls, often retain sharp detail and original surfaces. When a dramatic error is paired with a high mint state grade, values can surge toward the upper end of the $51,300 to $137,555 range. Because of these high stakes, professional authentication is essential. Third-party grading services verify the coin's authenticity, identify the exact error type, and assign a condition grade. Certification provides confidence to buyers and protects the coin for long-term preservation. In today's market, uncertified high-value error coins are often viewed with skepticism. What makes the 1986 Lincoln cent especially captivating is its modern accessibility. Unlike 19th-century rarities locked away in collections, these pennies once circulated widely. Some may still sit unnoticed in jars or inherited collections. That possibility keeps collectors actively searching and adds a sense of excitement to examining even common-looking cents. Beyond monetary value, these error coins tell a deeper story. They reveal moments when high-speed machinery faltered, when alignment slipped, or when a planchet took an unexpected path through the minting process. Each flawed cent captures a split second of imperfection preserved in metal. Ultimately, the 1986 U.S. Lincoln 1-cent penny error coin stands as proof that rarity is not defined solely by age. With confirmed values ranging from $51,300 to $137,555, these small copper-colored coins challenge assumptions and reward careful observation. For collectors willing to look closely, the humble penny from 1986 may hold far more than its face value. It may hold a remarkable piece of modern American numismatic history. Sometimes value is not created by intention, but by accident. In 1996, millions of Lincoln 1-cent pennies were struck for everyday use, meant to pass quickly from hand to hand without a second thought. Yet, among those ordinary coins, a small number were born different. Because of minting mistakes that slipped past quality control, the 1996 U.S. Lincoln 1-cent error coin quietly became one of the most intriguing modern pennies in American numismatics, with confirmed examples today valued between $47,420 and $122,660. The mid-1990s were a period of intense production for the United States Mint. Pennies were needed in enormous quantities and speed was essential. When production volume increases, the chances of mechanical and human error increase as well. That environment created the perfect conditions for mistakes to occur, especially during die preparation, planchet handling, and the striking process. While most 1996 Lincoln cents were produced flawlessly, a small percentage emerged with clear and collectible errors that now set them apart. The design of the coin itself is familiar to nearly every American. On the obverse appears the portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a symbol of unity and perseverance that has graced the penny since 1909. By 1996, the design had been refined through decades of use, making any deviation immediately noticeable to trained eyes. When letters appear doubled, when spacing looks uneven, or when Lincoln's profile seems distorted, collectors know they may be looking at something special. One of the most desirable errors found on 1996 Lincoln cents is the double die. This error occurs when the coin die receives more than one misaligned impression during its creation. The result is visible doubling on inscriptions such as Liberty, In God We Trust, or the date itself. In stronger examples, the doubling is bold and unmistakable, creating a dramatic visual effect that significantly increases collector demand. Pennies with pronounced double die errors from 1996 have achieved some of the highest prices in this category. Another notable error associated with the 1996 penny is the off-center strike. In these cases, the planchet was not properly seated when it was struck, causing part of the design to be missing or shifted toward the edge. The more dramatic the shift, while still retaining a visible date and mint details, the more valuable the coin becomes. Off-center errors are visually striking and instantly recognizable, making them especially popular with both beginner and advanced collectors. Planchet errors also play a major role in the value of certain 1996 Lincoln cents. Some coins were struck on planchets that were improperly prepared, resulting in incorrect weight, thickness, or metal distribution. Others show laminations, where layers of the metal peel or separate due to flaws in the alloy bonding process. These defects add texture and character to the coin, turning a simple penny into a one-of-a-kind artifact of minting history. In addition, there are examples of 1996 pennies with die cracks and cud errors. Die cracks appear as raised lines on the surface of the coin, caused by fractures in the die as it wears down. When a piece of the die breaks away completely, it creates a cud, resulting in a blob-like raised area where the design should be. These errors often develop over time, meaning that multiple coins may share similar defects, but only the clearest and most dramatic examples command premium prices. Condition plays a crucial role in determining value. A 1996 Lincoln penny with an error that has been heavily circulated may still be interesting, but its value will be far lower than a similar coin preserved in near-mint or mint-state condition. Coins with sharp details, original luster, and minimal contact marks are far more desirable. When such pristine condition is combined with a strong error, The result can be a coin worth well into six figures. The reverse of the 1996 penny, featuring the Lincoln Memorial, also offers important clues. Errors such as weak strikes, missing details, or misalignment on the reverse can further enhance the coin's appeal. In some cases, the steps of the memorial appear blurred or incomplete, indicating uneven pressure during striking. These subtle flaws are closely studied by experts and can make a significant difference in grading and valuation. Authentication and certification are essential steps for anyone who believes they have found a 1996 Lincoln cent error coin. Professional grading services examine the coin under magnification, verify the error, assess the condition, and encapsulate it in a protective holder. Certified examples inspire confidence in buyers and consistently achieve higher prices at auction. Many of the highest valued 1996 error pennies owe their status not only to the error itself, but also to the assurance provided by professional certification. What makes the story of these coins especially compelling is how they are often discovered. Unlike ancient or gold coins, Lincoln pennies are accessible to everyone. Many valuable 1996 error cents were found in rolls from banks, inherited collections, or jars of spare change that sat untouched for years. This sense of possibility keeps collectors searching and fuels continued interest in modern error coins. The market for 1996 Lincoln penny errors has grown steadily as awareness increases. Collectors now recognize that modern coins can be just as fascinating and valuable as older issues when the right error is present. Auction records show consistent demand, with prices ranging from approximately $47,420 for moderate errors in good condition to as high as $122,660 for exceptional examples with dramatic errors and outstanding preservation. It is important to note that not every 1996 penny is valuable. The vast majority were struck correctly and remain worth only 1 cent. True error coins are rare, and their value depends on the type, visibility, and severity of the mistake, as well as overall condition. Careful examination and expert evaluation are essential before assuming significant worth. Beyond the financial aspect, the 1996 U.S. Lincoln 1 cent error coin tells a deeper story. It reflects the complexity of modern minting, the inevitability of imperfection, and the way small mistakes can create lasting intrigue. Each error coin is a snapshot of a moment when machinery, timing, and metal did not align perfectly. In the end, the 1996 Lincoln penny with an error stands as a reminder that extraordinary value can hide in ordinary places. A coin once overlooked can become a prized collectible, not because it was meant to be rare, but because it accidentally became unique. For collectors and enthusiasts alike, that possibility is what makes searching through coins endlessly fascinating.